Good morning, sir. Very nice. Nice energy early in the morning. Good breakfast?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. In for a long day today?
Yes,
sir. Good. Okay. We will start with rule 17 now. Action by stand on vessel. Can you please start reading one by one paragraph at a time?
Rule 17. Action by stand-on vessel. Paragraph A. Point 1. Where one of the two vessels is to keep out of the way, the other shall keep her course and speed.
So this is very clear. In the previous rule 16 you saw action by give a vessel. It said the give a vessel shall take action to keep out of the way or keep clear. Right? Now he says when one of them is to keep clear, the other one shall maintain her course and speed. Right? So one is give way, the other is stand on. This will apply to other situations except head on. Overtaking, one will be give way, one will be stand on. Crossing, one give way, one stand on. In head on situation, both are give way. And of course, rule 19 we will take up separately, that is for restricted visibility. Right now we are talking about rules applicable in
Sight of one
another or good visibility. Right? Okay, so that's the first. Next paragraph.
Point 2. The latter vessel may, however, take action to avoid collision by her maneuver alone as soon as it becomes apparent to her that the vessel required to keep out of the way is not taking appropriate action in compliance with these rules.
So now stand-on is given a responsibility that he should take action by his maneuver alone as soon as it becomes apparent to him that the other vessel is not taking sufficient action or not taking action to give way or keep clear. Right? And the question is, how will you know if you are stand-on? So we'll take a situation here straight away. Let's say this is the vessel A and this is vessel B. In this case, which is the give-way vessel? B is the give-way vessel. What situation is this? Crossing situation. So A is stand on. Right? Now when should A take action? Or when will A feel that B has not taken sufficient action or has not taken action at all, whatever, so that he takes action? When do you think that will happen?
If the range is decreasing.
Range is decreasing, yes, but at what range?
4 miles.
4 miles is what the manual says, agreed. But then that is specific to this company, specific to us. But if you look at it generally, because we all will want you all to sail with us in our company for a very long time. But in case some of you go and leave the company and you go somewhere else, somebody else may have different standards in their SMS manual. They are allowed to have that. You will have to follow those standards. So can we come to a general understanding? When would you take action?
When the vessel is not taking appropriate action, the
How will-
vessel is required to give way
How will you know that he is not taking proper or appropriate
by
action?
a series of continuous bends.
That is to say that there is risk of collision. But how will you know that he is not taking sufficient action? You are standing and watching him, right? Let's say you start watching him at 10 miles, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Where do you think you will take action? Keeping the manual aside. Where do you think you will take action?
6 miles.
6 miles? Why? See, I'm coming more on to you standing here, and what are you feeling? What is happening?
Sir, at 6 miles we will be giving, we'll try to alert the other vessel that she needs to take action.
Okay, so you will attract his attention
Yes, sir.
and tell him that try to tell him that he needs to take action. That is one part, okay. But slowly, as the distance reduces, what is happening to you? What is happening to you? Speak loudly, please. Yeah.
CP is reducing the
CP is reducing, but what is happening to you?
Uncomfortable.
You start feeling
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Moment you are feeling uncomfortable here, you need to take action. Moment you start thinking, is this vessel B taking action or not? You need to take action. Right? There is something known as gut feeling. Have you heard this term, gut feeling? Right? So somewhere you will start getting a gut feeling that he is rather too close for safety. He is getting too close. When that happens, you should be taking action. And this gut feeling of yours will depend on your maneuvering characteristics, his maneuvering characteristics, relative speed, distance, you got your RPA, so you are tracking him, CPA, TCPA. You are seeing all that. When you are seeing all that, all this is registering within you, isn't it? You start seeing and you saying, yeah, TCPA is 15 minutes, he is about 5 miles off. He should be able to take action. TCPA is 12 minutes, he is about 4 miles off. Something wrong. Let me take action. You straight away take action. Right? So TCPA and CPA are the two catch points. And in crossing situation, gentlemen, please do not go by bow crossing range. The ARPA also gives you bow crossing range. Don't go by that. Go by CPA. CPA is the closest point of approach. Right? So bow crossing range will give you some idea as to how far ahead is crossing you, or you are crossing him, whichever way it may be, but that is a different issue. You should look at that when we talk of risk of collision or taking action, we have to look at CPA. Right? I'll cover more of this when we go on as to what action you should take and how you should go about it as we go further. Yeah, next.
Paragraph B. When from any cause the vessel required to keep her course and speed find herself so close that collision cannot be avoided by the action of the giveaway vessel alone, she shall take such action as will best aid to avoid collision.
Now here he says you find yourself so close that you realize action by giveaway vessel B in this case will not be sufficient to avoid the close quarter situation. You will take such action as will best aid to avoid the collision. Now by this paragraph, that such action can be anything. It could be alter to port, alter to starboard, go astern, increase speed, whatever you want to do. That in this paragraph B, he is not specified the action. He says such action as will best aid to avoid collision. And that such action can be anything. Right? So we will go further where he gives clarifications.
Paragraph C. A power-driven vessel which takes action in a crossing situation in accordance with subparagraph A2 of this rule to avoid collision with another power-driven vessel shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, not alter course to port for a vessel on her own port side.
Now if you apply this paragraph here, then what should A not do? Not alter course to port, which means this is what he should not do. Clear? Not alter course to port for vessel on your port side. Right? Okay.
Paragraph D. This rule does not relieve the giveaway vessel of her obligation to keep out of the way.
Just because there is rule 17, B cannot say I will not abide by rule 16. Right? So by rule 16, B is supposed to keep clear. Just because A is taking action under rule 17, B is not relieved of his obligation. He is very much obliged to take action as per the rules. Right? Now the question here is, in the earlier paragraph, C, he told you what not to do. But that is not sufficient. We would like to know what to do. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what will you do in this case?
Wide alteration to starboard.
Wide alteration to starboard. How many degrees?
60 to 70 degrees.
60 to 70 degrees. And then what happens? What happens when you alter 60 to 70 degrees? See, let's say this vessel is coming down here like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? And you are going, from here you are going up like this. When we say the CPA is low, this is bow crossing or this is CPA? This is bow crossing. Right? CPA will be closest point. If you take your compass and find out, you will find your closest point is somewhere here. Somewhere here, let's say. Isn't it? This would be your closest point of approach. Yes?
Yes.
Right. Now, if you alter by 60 degrees, you are altering somewhere here like this. Right? What is the other option available to you?
Full stop.
You could go right round.
Yes. Pass as turn.
You could take a turn pass. Turn. That is another option. What is another option? Any other options? Make a parallel course. Wait for him to go, and then you go. But when you make a parallel course, the issue could be what if you are faster than him? So you have to also reduce speed, right? But in that case, you could have already reduced speed in advance, or stopped your engines here, allowed him to pass. So the option of reducing speed or stopping engines is always there. We could have done that, isn't it? Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Engines are right on this one.
Vessel will lose her steerage way. So don't stop. Come down to dead slow. You can do that. Reduction of speed is also an option available to us, if not stopping. Sometimes even stopping, because by the time you lose your steerage way, she will have crossed you and then you could again kick ahead. But engines use is a secondary issue. They are available to us. I am not saying they are not available. But if we can, it is better, as the rule itself says, take action by maneuver alone, which could be interpreted as by steering. Right? Could be interpreted as by steering. So, you have this option here. Once, as somebody said, alter by about 60 degrees. Another was alter parallel, right around. You see, in these actions, except for, okay, in all these actions, 1, 2, 3, and let's say 4 I'll put here for reduction of speed. And all these actions, the most important thing is, you are always on his starboard side. Is it right?
Yes.
And I use a term called as domain. This is the domain of vessel B. What do I mean by domain? Anytime vessel B wants to take action, what action would he take?
Alter goes to start.
Alter goes to starboard. So he would be coming here. So the most ideal action is get on his port side. How you can do that? Very simple. This course. Steer towards the direction of CP. That means you alter course till you come to the direction of CPA. And will this distance be the minimum?
Yes.
CPA is minimum, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? Minimum closest point of approach. Now, let us say this CPA is half mile or 5 cables. Right? And let us say, as we have been assuming, your speed is 15 knots. Right? 15 knots means 4 minutes to 1 mile. So, half a mile, 2 minutes. Right? Plus, this will be roughly about 30-35 degrees, maybe 40. How much time will a ship take to alter at 15 knots? How much time will a ship take to alter by, let's say, 40 degrees?
Sir, 15.
About 1 minute?
1 minute.
Depending on type of ship, maneuvering, etc. I fully agree. A VLCC will take longer, container will take less time. But if I fix the speed at 15 knots, depending on the size of the vessel. But let's say 1 minute. Right? So 1 minute to come on this course, 2 minutes to clear this point. Because once you are here, anywhere on this side, you are very clear even if it doesn't alter course. Of course, after that you continue going in that direction till you get sufficient distances, safe distances. Right? You continue that. But basically in roughly 3 minutes you are out of the situation. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And normally, at what TCPA would you like to take action as a stand-on vessel? At a distance of 4 miles, as our manual says. But at what distance? At what TCPA? 15 may be a little too much, because if it is 4 miles, then roughly 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Give and take a minute or two here and there, roughly 10 minutes. Right? So if you want to take action at TCP at 10 minutes, within 3 minutes you cleared. So you still have 7 minutes, which means if you start taking action at, let's say, 4 miles, you will have completed this action by the time the vessel is 3 miles, or at least 2.5. Somewhere around 3, between 2.5 and 3 miles, let's say. Right? Which is quite a safe distance. So if you take action at 4 miles, you cleared this, and at a distance of roughly 2.5 to 3 miles. Is that safe enough?
Yes, sir.
So can I say this is the best action?
Yes, sir.
Right? So the best action is alter course to starboard, yes, which is very much within the rule. The rule says avoid. So we have to avoid this. So we alter course to starboard along the CPA in that direction. So that is the minimum distance that you need to cover to clear his approach. Right? Moment you clear his approach, end of the story. Then you are not bothered. Then you are going out of his
Domain.
So,
right? Yes.
sir, in the oral point of view, which of the 3 options will be appropriate to answer to the survey?
You see, different surveyors will have different answers. I am not disputing that part. But my question here is, are you satisfied that this is the best action?
Yes, sir.
If you are satisfied, you will be also be able to explain to the surveyor why you are taking this action. Right? So you should also look at it from that angle as to, I am satisfied with this, and if I am satisfied, I will be able to satisfy the surveyor.
Sir, what if he says that there is traffic on that side? I mean,
You see, that is a different situation. There is a ship here, there is a ship here, there is a ship there. That's a different situation. We cannot look at that right now. We will look at that when we finish all the rules, and then we'll see how to go about it. Because other ships will also have their own responsibilities. Right? Somebody has to keep clear of somebody. And remember one thing, you always, at this level, have the option of calling master.
Yes, sir.
So if you are getting too much into trouble, what are you supposed to do? When in doubt,
Master.
so let master come and break his head. But call him well in time. Right? Don't pick up the phone, sir, I am colliding in 2 minutes. Please come up. Something wrong there. Right? So call him well in time. At least 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes early. He needs time to come up, observe, take action. And remember, whether you say harder starboard or your master says harder starboard,
To take the same.
the ship is going to take the same time to turn. Isn't it? Right? Master doesn't have a magic wand. Na? All clear. That doesn't happen. Right? So you got to understand that, and you got to call him well in time. By the time PCPA is 15 minutes, you should have made up your mind whether you can do this or not. And if you think you cannot do it, you cannot keep clear, call master at TCPA of 15 minutes itself. Right? The complicated situations we'll see when we finish all the rules. We've got a few more rules to go. Yeah, any other questions? Nothing? All clear?
Yes,
Well understood?
Yes, sir.